Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodio. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about X-Men versus Agents of Atlas. Agents of Atlas was a really interesting concept. Oh man, I'm looking to bindings sort of going out on me here in this one, this compilation issue. They're like inverse Thunderbolts. They're heroes posing as villains. Jimmy Woo, who's the leader of the team, was actually the heir to this gigantic criminal empire that had its hands in all types of shady business and criminal activity. He becomes the heir, and he wants to sort of set the organization straight, but he knows if they're gonna don't completely change the MO, like the whole organization's gonna rebel against him. So he takes his baby steps and tries to things progressively, and his team is sort of, even though they do superhero stuff, they always want to have an image of being villains. So here we have them battling against the X-Men. It's a fun story. It's not super deep or anything. It's just a fun ride for 2 issues. We do have like the classic superhero misunderstanding, where two heroes or 2 characters battle it out in a situation that you feel like if they would have said 2 sentences and talked for 2 seconds, it could have been resolved. But what happens is the character Venus gets kidnapped. Jimmy Woo thinks maybe they can steal Cerebra. I think it was called Cerebra during this time. They can calibrate it so they can find their kidnapped teammate. So to perpetuate this idea that they're villains, they're going to go out and steal it, with permission from the X-Men. During this time, the X-Men had moved to the island of Utopia, floating out in the sea. The previous base, Grey Malikan, was taken over by Hammer, because this is during the Dark Reign. We have a situation where actually Angel's sort of asking Cyclops to say, hey, what's up? What's the deal with our old base and all of our old technology? The base was taken over by Hammer. Also during this time, we have Namor. He's part of the X-Men. This is going to be sort of important about this dynamic between both teams, because on the other team, we're going to have Namor. His Namor's cousin or something like that. They're related in some form or fashion. So here we have the Agents of Atlas, which, again, it's a really interesting concept. Marvel really pushed this team, but sadly, it never really got off the ground. The series, at least the first part of the series, the issues I was able to get here in Argentina, was pretty solid. It was really interesting. It had a different angle, had a weird sci-fi angle to the series. So we had Jimmy Woo. You had M11. His other name was like the Human Robot, something like that. Marvel Boy. Even though at this moment he was called Uranus Dude or something like that. No, just joking. I don't remember the way they called him, because this is a Spanish version, so there's always translation issues. We have Gorilla Man and Namora. Again, I'm not sure if we have a translation issue. If not, I'm not sure if it's a man ape or gorilla man. In Spanish, they always invert the way you call or you say things. So sorry about that. But Gorilla Dude's pretty awesome. So they go in. We cut to the whole situation that Venus was kidnapped by Centaur Dude, and the center of the story is that Venus is kidnapped by Aphrodite, who also is called Venus, and the Roman name for that Greek god. And she's really pissed off that she's running around using her name and being a hero, and that she's just basically just a siren, and she's not doing what sirens do, which is provoke shipwrecks and stuff like that. So the thing is, they're trying to steal Cerebra during this time from the X-Men, but the X-Men sort of realize something's wrong. They send an expedition team to check out what's going on, and we get the first battle. That there's a lot of bad blood between Wolverine and the Human Robot. In previous stories, like, they really wrecked each other. I don't remember what's the beef of the Human Robot with Wolverine, but like every time he sees him, he goes straight out to destroy the poor guy. So we get a pretty good battle with both teams. Of great action, and they actually pull a fast one over the X-Men. He's a pretty powerful telepath, and actually projects an illusion to make the X-Men think they're drowning. So they take off in Marvel Boy's ship, go back to the Atlas organization's secret base. But obviously, the X-Men are not far behind. Round 2 of both teams battling it out. So here, since they're at the base, we have like all the Atlas foot soldiers doing their best to try to contain, because now we have a shit ton more of X-Men jumping into battle. Here's where things sort of start taking an interesting direction. Xavier tries to intervene in the battle using his mental powers. Don't know why he's in bed at this moment, what happened to him. But something happens when his mind sort of touches Marvel Boy's mind. His telepathic powers sort of go crazy. Here we have the Atlas, because the Atlas organization actually served this mystical dragon. So he jumps into the battle, almost killing half the X-Men. Due to this mind loop that is provoked between Marvel Boy and Xavier, the members of Atlas and some of the core members of the X-Men fall into this trance, and they sort of wake up in this weird situation. It seems like they're back in the 60s, reliving their first time both teams crossed paths way back in the day. This is sort of like a type of retcon, because this didn't really happen. We have Jimmy Woo. He sort of comes clean. He's like, yeah, we stole it. Well, we're going to ask permission anyways afterwards, after we had it. Explains they did it for their teammate, that they can't seem to find her. They don't know what's the deal. And the X-Men are sort of okay. So it sort of falls flat, the way they've resolved the differences between both teams. The X-Men obviously say, yeah, use it. Even a moment that's implied that, yeah, if you work with the X-Men, like the public image of the X-Men isn't the best. It's like it's gonna make you look more like villains. So Aphrodite sort of tells Venus what's her deal, why she's so pissed off, what happened to her that she's not doing what sirens normally do. We have agents of Atlas that are able to jump in and save the day. And this actually sort of, everything that's happening with Aphrodite also ties into what's happening in the Hercules series, that run was really awesome. So I'm going to leave this here. This 2-issue miniseries, yeah, it's not the best. It's a good introduction into Agents of Atlas, which was an interesting series. And I hope you guys like this video. Leave a like, don't leave a like, whatever. Just put in the comments below if you've read the series, if you liked it. See you guys next time. The next Agents of Atlas video we're going to do is the crossover with the Avengers, which they tried something interesting, but also, again, I felt like it sort of fell flat. See you guys next time.